Welcome to another edition of the afternoon special. Welcome to Fed's World with yours truly, Fed. So what's going on, y'all? How's it going? What's today? Wednesday? So how was your Wednesday? Just heard of the untimely passing of Takeoff. So condolences to his family and everyone involved in that. Real horrible situation, for sure. All right, so I'll tell you guys a little bit about my weekend. I'm actually at my sister's MedSpa today, Galore Medical. That's just a plug. But I'm at my sister's MedSpa today. We're gonna set up an interview, get things rolling, take some pictures. So we got some really good content for you guys today. But before I start, I kind of just wanted to give you guys like a quick little story time with me. Afternoon special at around, let's see what time it is right now. It's about 12:42 p.m. That's a little earlier than I like to do it. But today, we early birds today. So we're going to go at it. So this weekend I had my homeboy from, actually one of my good friends from Bahamas come through, and I provided him with a vehicle, so he got to drive the C300 Benz, and he had a hell of a weekend because by the time he came back, it was like a 3-day event. So by the time he came back, he was out of it. I think he had a little too much to drink. So he ended up missing his flight. And ZJ, don't be mad at me, I'm putting you out. But he ended up missing his flight, and I had to kind of provide him. So he crashed at one of our Airbnbs, but he did bring me a couple of things. So I'll show you guys right now, actually. So he bought me Hennessy Pure White. Like, I heard you can't even get this in the States. So, he bought me this and a Bel Air bottle. And I don't drink at all. Like, really, a casual drinker, don't drink at all. But he did bring me like this Hennessy White out here. So, once again, he got really messed up. Like, he fell asleep in the Benz for like 3 or 4 hours. So I had to kind of leave him there. And then after that, he had to go ahead and this is after he missed his flight. So he had a good weekend, but also at the end of it ended really bad. Like, I think his sugar levels were low, all type of craziness. So, I just wanted to kind of give you guys an update on what happened and, some of the gifts I got. But this Hennessy Pure White right here, brought to you by me, I feel a little special that I got something that, people can't even get in the States right now, So it's pretty cool. Hope you guys had a great weekend. We're definitely gonna have a shoot with her name's Shenida. So Shenida, she has a lot of great qualifications, great background. Started her own business, and we're gonna give you guys some insight on that. Stay tuned for that episode that's coming up, and just wanted to give you guys a quick little story time with your boy, with Fed. All right, so see you guys in the next one. All right, so welcome to Fed's World, number 1, and then welcome to our entrepreneur edition of Fed's World. So we have an interview with someone special today. She has a lot of accolades. She's doing a lot of great things in the southern Florida area, Broward County, Fort Lauderdale, Coral Springs. She runs her own med spa. Extremely accomplished as far as her education goes. Attended Berry University. Does have her nursing degree, and decided to go ahead and open up her own med spa, which is, pretty cool. The place looks great. you'll see kind of the footage of everyone and the layout, and everything in here is beautiful. I love it. I recommend a lot of people to the MedSpa. It's great. So welcome. So a round of applause for Miss Shenida Desir. How's it going?
Ooh, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Yeah, so, what? This place looks great. Like, who decorated the whole thing?
It was my vision. Pinterest, got some inspiration from other med spas or places that I visited, and brought it together. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Did it take you a while to kind of get this done?
Yeah.
What was the time frame from when you decided to open up this specific location? Because were you at another location before?
Yes, I was at another location before on University, a very busy road, and then I moved, like I would say 5 minutes down the street to a more rural area, but it's still a fairly busy road, as you can see, cars driving by. And in October, I decided to leave that place in University, and by the end of November, this was up and running and ready to go.
That's awesome. Yeah, it looks really good. So tell us a little bit about your background. What did you do as far as your schooling? Like, what did you do for schooling?
So I started off, graduated high school at 17, went to community college, generic things that everybody usually do. Did 2 years associates in nursing, and then got accepted to Barry University into their bachelor's of science program and spent another 2 years there. After that, in 2014, I acquired my bachelor's in nursing. And my first job was on a cardiac step down. I was doing really cool things straight out of college. I wasn't on the basic medical surgical floor. I was doing pre-op open hearts, post-op open hearts, cardiac catheterizations, cardiac implants, pacemakers, all the fun stuff about cardiology, which I love. That system is my favorite. I did that for about a year or so, and then I jumped into travel nursing.
How was that experience?
It was good. I mean, if you're a person that likes to travel, or if you're a traveling gypsy by nature, you would love that. I'm half and half. I like to travel, but I don't like to stay put for too long. So, it was one of those things where I was, let's go, let's keep it moving,
Okay. And this was during like was this during the COVID era, or you always been?
This was before. So 2015 was when I first moved to New York. And I was in New York traveling around. I went to White Plains, I went to Long Island, Queens, Brooklyn for about a year and a half. Okay.
Travels way more than I do. Too much, actually. Mm-hmm. I don't do that much traveling. Mm-hmm. Planes are crazy, Okay, that sounds good. So what got you, so you're in nursing, mm-hmm. making good money.
Yeah.
I'm sure of it. So what got you to think like, okay, let me start my own med spa business? Or was it just, was it one of those things that just came up, or did you kind of gradually feel like, hey, I needed to be out of nursing? Do you like the field, or what's going on?
So I love the field, but the politics of the field is not a fan favorite amongst a lot of nurses. There are rules and regulations, there's patient care, there's administration, there's continuing education. All those things put an added stress to the job. And so I always wanted to be in the hospital. So when I went and received my master's to become a nurse practitioner, I did acute care. I wanted to specialize where I remain in the hospital, but at a higher level. But unfortunately, towards the ending of the program, I noticed that I just didn't want to be in the hospital anymore. I love taking care of people, but when you take care of someone, it's always at the expense of yourself, When you take care of someone else, you're not taking care of yourself sometimes. And that's what I noticed about hospital jobs. You're in there for 12 hours a day, probably 3 to 4 days a week. As a nurse practitioner, it could be 7 days or 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. That's very exhausting. So I started looking into other avenues that I was really passionate about that I'm able to still use my degree in.
Okay, that's really good. That's so you would say that because of what was going on in the nursing field was the reason you kind of felt like you needed to, or as far as the med spa per se, so you decided to open up a med spa.
Yeah.
Was it because it fell in line with what you love to do, or how did that?
Yeah, so obviously when I made that realization that I didn't want to be an intensivist, meaning a nurse practitioner in the ICU, I started asking myself, what are other things you're passionate about? And because I did makeup when I was in nursing school and I really had a passion for that, it kind of aligned, medical aesthetics just kind of aligned with the med spa life.
Okay. What degrees do you currently have right now?
So currently I have my associates in nursing, my bachelor's of science in nursing, and my master's of science in nurse practitioner. And right now I'm attending FSU to receive my psychiatric mental health certificate.
That's a lot of degrees. I don't have that many degrees. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right. So what are some of the, now you had to open up the med spa. What are some of the things you had to do in order to actually get this med spa opened up?
Ooh, it's a lot. I mean, first, how do you open one? A med spa is a medical practice. It's not like you could just open up anywhere. You have to be credentialized to do it. You have to know your state laws to know if you're able to do it, because I know some states or some laws are in motion where it's going to phase out NPs and physician assistants from doing it. So I had to realize my laws so I could practice safely. And then I had to get the state behind me. Like, what do I need? Do I need a drug administration license? Do I need a NPI number, which all nurse practitioners should do? So all of these laws and regulations I needed to learn to open a medical practice safely.
Okay. So the experience so far has been pretty good, because I think right now we're in an age where a lot of people want to work for themselves, and they want to be able to, instead of working that corporate job, they may want to open up their own place. So with our channel, we're trying to provide some value. We're trying to get you guys to really understand that, hey, there are people actually doing this, and it comes with some hard work, but you can get it done. You can put your best foot forward and create a business, open a business up, and also you can be successful. And success doesn't mean you're making $1 million right now, but the success of opening your own place and feeling empowered is great, So I think that's awesome. So if, like for instance, right now you have, how many employees?
Currently, I have about 4.
So you have 4 employees. Mm-hmm. Do you, all of them full-time? Like, how do you manage that?
Well, we have mainly part-time, some per diem as needed. My med spa is a little over a year old, and so we're still establishing our brand within our local area. So, yeah.
Okay, and did you fully quit nursing, or are you one foot in, one foot out? Like, what are you?
I'm one foot in, one foot out.
Okay.
Like, I was in Chicago in February working, in the hospital. So I didn't completely cut ties. I always have that foot in the door, but eventually it's going to be out the door.
Yeah. Okay, so do you have any mentors that kind of help you?
Yeah, definitely. Injector Bunny, Dr. Daisy, some girls locally in my area that's been in the business a long time. Antonio here is one of my mentors. So, yeah.
Yeah, I am one of the mentors. I can mentor you too if you need it. Nah. Yeah, but that's great. That's awesome. So if someone wanted to open up a med spa like yourself, so what services do you provide at this med spa here?
So I do Only medical grade aesthetics. I don't do facials. I do Botox, fillers, PDO threads, microneedling, chemical peels, medical grade skincare. Eventually, I would like to have some machinery in here where I could do radio frequency, lasers, and things like that. But currently, that's what it is.
Okay. Yeah, so how do you did you have to learn that? I know that's not part of nursing.
No.
So you had to kind of learn that. So what were some of the things you did to kind of learn how to inject Botox and fillers?
So I did my own research because in nursing school, nurse practitioner school, you're not really learned about the anatomy of the face, the arteries of the face, the veins, the lymph nodes, and things like that. They don't really go in depth. So you have to do your own research. That's first and foremost. I've been in school for 6 years, so I'm able to find research articles about the anatomy of the face and master them on my own. Secondly, you do research on programs. So there is not really a credentialized program you get certified with, whereas your state board is not saying you have to do this in order to operate a MedSpa. So in order to practice safely, you go to a school that aligns with your goals. You ask yourself, what type of practitioner do I want to be in a MedSpa setting? And you go with the school that aligns with your goals. So I went to National Laser Institute in Arizona. They had a 2-week-long, 14-day course about these things, and I really dived deep, and I had so much hands-on experience. I try to acquire the most hands-on experience that I can before I actually injected someone.
How much did it cost you to go to do that?
I would say about $14,000 up to $20,000. Yeah.
$14,000. But well worth the money.
Well worth the money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a different now that I would like to say I mastered Botox. I mastered areas of the face with filler. I wish I took, you always think back like, oh, I could have done this a little sooner or differently and things like that. But for the time, it functioned, it served me for the time that I needed it.
Do you suggest someone work in a med spa before they open one? Or do you think, I don't think you had to do that.
No, actually I don't. It's all on your journey. I had the finances to open my own med spa. I know some people don't. It can be expensive. So if you're able to, most med spas, they require you to have 2, 3, 4, 5, even 10 years of experience before you're allowed into their practice. But it's not necessary because sometimes when you work at another med spa, you learn really bad habits. And then when you do open up your own business, you don't want to take those bad habits with you. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. So, I mean, it sounds like you're still learning in a way. But, the place looks great. I see customers coming in and out. I mean, that's great. The employees are here. Everything's look like it's functioning. This place looks very, aesthetically pleasing. So you had a vision for how you wanted the place to look.
Yeah, definitely. And, to go back, I'm still learning, but healthcare is continually evolving. If you go to a doctor and you go to the ER, they're still learning. They're still taking continuing education because science is always changing. So I would never call myself a master injector because science is always changing and treatments, techniques are changing. So,
okay. So, what would you say? So, initially, you would say because you're in year what?
I'm in year 1 now. A little year and 4 months.
Okay, so a year and 4 months. So, what are some of the do's and don'ts? What would you recommend someone? Hey, you're starting a med spa. Okay, these are some of the things to do, and these are some of the things where I've made some really bad mistakes and where someone could avoid some of those things.
Yeah, so I always say do get a mentor. Don't think you know it all because there's always information out there that's not easily accessible through Google. So always get a mentor, and even if you have to get 2 to 3 mentors, I would always recommend that just to get different perspectives. don't do anything illegal. It's very easy to break the law in this business. Always have someone you can consult with, a mentor, or let's say you want to take insurances, unless your mentor doesn't know much about that. Get an insurance credentializing company to guide you in that process. So you want me to continue? There's so much.
I mean, I would go over some of the things that you probably suggest that aren't, they're just not great. Like these are things, hey, I would not do, to be careful. And what are some of the things you feel like, maybe I could have did a lot better, or when I did make this change, it was a good thing or a bad thing. How's your marketing?
Yeah, so marketing, I went to school for treating conditions like eczema and heart failure and things like that. So obviously I don't have a business degree. I know some medical doctors minor in that because they know they're going to open their practice. But because I didn't know, I didn't take business courses or marketing courses. So, marketing is something I'm always learning. And if I have to hire somebody who's more knowledgeable than me, then I would do that. I don't try to know it all and do everything on my own. If I need assistance, I get help. And that's the only way my business would grow, if I know somebody if I bring someone on who's smarter than me. So, yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. So what, and I know you provide a course.
Yeah, so I have courses that's kind of dummy proof. It avoids all the costly mistakes that I've made in the beginning, and it's right to the point. It's mainly based of Florida state laws. So if you're in Florida, it would greatly benefit you because it has all the state laws and regulations that you can practice within your limits. But if you're in another state, it does tell you like surface level things that you need, like a biomedical license to dispose sharps and things.
Okay, so you feel that even someone who's out of the state, they can also benefit from the course?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are some of the touching points of your course? Like what are you, I know you got state laws in there. Is there anything else?
Yeah. So if you want to get credentialized with insurances, there's a connection. I basically plug you into all the mentors that I use. That really helps out. The course is all about where do you begin? How do you start? EIN number, basic registering with the state, finding a space, how your space should look if you want to operate within medical spa, because the aesthetics of the place is very important in this business. And then it goes all the way down to paperwork you need to file, city, if you're in a town, things like that, taxes, trainings that you have to do, continuing education that you should do for like threads if you want to add on more treatments and things of that nature.
Okay. So you got the course going. Mm-hmm. Do you do consultations?
Yeah. So right now it's not launched, but I would expect in 2 weeks it will be fully launched, where I do coaching calls, 30-minute coaching calls with you. So if you have any specific questions and that you would like to ask me, it could be about social media, it could be about marketing. I could give you my opinions on that and kind of lead you in a direction that may be best for you.
Okay, that's great. What would be the cost of this course?
So the course, How to Open Your Own MedSpa, is $500, and you have it forever. So you could always use it to refer to. It never expires. And then the coaching call can be around $300 to $500. It depends if you want 30, 45 minutes, an hour.
Yeah, so this is some good stuff. I mean, it sounds like you can get a course. You can, first of all, you can follow myself. So, if you guys are loving the content, go ahead and, like, subscribe, leave some comments below. Let us know what you think. If you even have some questions, leave some comments below. We'll definitely answer any, like, I'm always in the comment section. Like, they tell people don't be in the comment section. I'm in the comment section for sure. So go ahead and do that. You can follow us on Instagram as well. You can follow Shenida. Her Instagram will be in the description below. Maybe, we might put it up on the screen somewhere here as well. So you could follow her. message her through there. There'll probably most likely be links to the courses and things of that nature. And we're going to show you guys kind of an overview of how this place looks, because it looks amazing. It's great. So she's successfully put together a great looking med spa that's fully built up, and she had to do different things like get equipment and furniture and marketing, and there's so many tactics, and it'll show you that you can do this. You could do this yourself, and it doesn't require. Yeah, I mean, there are some things that require the capital, but at least you can understand the business and know, okay, so this is what I need to do before I get into the med spa space. So let's get into the juicy stuff, like how much money. I mean, how much money can you make off of, can you make annually off of a med spa, do you think? I know you have some mentors who are doing this. Mm-hmm. How much are they bringing in? And obviously it takes hard work. I'm not saying you're going to make this money overnight, but it's good to know, hey, because when you're working for someone, there's a cap. When you're working for yourself, it's an unlimited amount of room for you to do certain things based on your work ethic and marketing. So we're going to ask Shenida the good questions, like how much money?
Well, let's say you take my course and you avoid certain costly mistakes that could chip away at your annual profits, you can make $1 million in your first year. I've seen other people in their med spas do it literally within 8 months. But you have to be smart, you have to get the mentorship, and you have to learn from other people. If you've been in the business for a long time, like Dr. Doanne, she's probably she is generating. She's very open on her Instagram page about how much she's generating. It's $5 million a year. And she has no lasers. She only has Botox fillers, no threads, and 1 or 2 estheticians. So it is extremely possible to make it pretty far within this business.
$5 million a year. That's a lot of coins. A whole lot of coins. Yeah. So, all right. That's. I mean, if you could make that. Now, not saying that it happens. I mean, obviously, results may vary. That's probably on the product label. Results may vary, but it's amazing that you can start your own business. So what is your most popular service, or name a few services that you offer? Mm-hmm. And what's the cost on those? And, how did you determine the cost on it?
So you always see market value. Where are you in the country? Research other med spas in your area. What are they charging? Botox can range from $650 and up if you're treating 3 areas. Fillers can range between $650 to $1,000 per syringe.
Okay, what's your most popular service? So what are they coming? So if they come in, if there's people coming in, 10 people coming in, what's the most common service?
So because my population is mostly millennials, majority of my marketing or clients come from Instagram. They're millennials and Gen Zs, so I would say under eye filler is number 1 currently. But some months it's Botox, so those usually are in the top 2 for my business. But I know it's different for everyone else.
Okay. So you feel that if you're going to offer you open up a med spa, you're going to offer a list of services. How do you suggest someone stock their inventory, and how do you deal with inventory?
Yeah, so in the beginning, if you have no clients, it's not a smart idea to spend $50,000 on a whole bunch of product that may sit there and expire. So you always order the minimum, in my opinion. If the company has a minimum order, you go with that. Sometimes they do pressure you to buy more, but you have to be stern and be careful with your money, because money goes like that when you open a business. So only order things that you need.
And that's important because, and that's why a consultation is good. And these are things that you're reinvesting in yourself. It's not like you're spending this money and it'll never bear fruit. It does bear fruit, but it prepares you. So I think it's great because I've looked at the course, and the course is jam packed with information. And if you need more information, you can always do that. But it's always good to see someone who started it, and they also have mentors that have also helped them along the way. So she's not only providing you with her information from her personal experience, which is great, but she's also providing you information from her mentors as well, which is a few of them, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, it's great. I mean, this her med spa's name is Galore Medical. It is located in the Coral Springs area in South Florida, and she does have a lot of experience. She's done a lot, and I think it will benefit a lot of people. And I suggest, like I said, leave some comments below. Let us know what you guys think of the episode. Let us know if this thing added some value, and let us know if there should be a part 2. I'll do another one. I'll come right back here and I'll do it for you guys. No problem. And if there's additional questions, please just, let us know. I mean, so anything else you want to add in?
No, just follow me on Instagram, Galore Medical, GALORE Medical on Instagram, on TikTok as well. We provide a lot of value there. And if you have any questions, just feel free to DM us.
Yeah, so that is great, man. I love it. And I think we should we'll probably get we'll get the employees in here, and you guys could kind of see how many employees she has kind of working today. I think G did go ahead and take some shots, and we'll also have some additional pictures. So everybody's gonna they could kind of say bye to you guys as we take off. But I appreciate you guys tuning in, and it's a great episode with Shenida. We have some more coming. We do have some more episodes coming. We got we're also going to be talking to some people in the schooling that open up their own nursing school profession. So we got some other great episodes coming up for our entrepreneur edition. Right now, that's what we're on. We're trying to breed entrepreneurs, and right now, it's a tough climate. It's a tough climate. Everybody wants to make either some extra money, some passive income, or in this case, you want to open up your own business, but you're not too sure of what you want to do. A med spa may be the way. So this is how Shenida was able to pretty much quit nursing, which is the goal, because nursing had its pros and cons, and in this case she felt like her time was better utilized having her own business. So we appreciate you guys for tuning in, and